Now let's look at this question. George has some roses and lilies. 1/3 of his flowers are roses. One quarter of the roses were used to make a bouquet. What fraction of the flowers were used to make a bouquet? Specifically, since the only information we are given is that roses are used to make a bouquet, we are going to take it that there are no lilies that were used to make a bouquet. If I draw the model, I know that 1/3 of his flowers are roses. This means that I will need to split it into 3 parts. And out of the 3 equal parts, 1 part will be for roses. The other 2 units will be for lilies. I am told that 1/4 of the roses were used to make a bouquet. Currently, my roses, as you can see, is 1 unit because it is 1/3 of the total. For me to indicate as 1/4, what I will need to do is I will need to split it into 4 equal parts. If I split one of my units into 4 equal parts, I will then need to split the rest of the units into 4 equal parts as well, because in my model, all units must be the same size. And now I can indicate 1 unit out of the 4 units for roses is what is used for the bouquet. So I can shade that. Now, I can tell the answer of the question just based on my model in this case, because 1 unit is shaded and the total, there are 12 units. So the fraction of the flowers that were used in the bouquet is 1/12. This is by using the model method. Now, if I want to indicate this as equations without using the model method, what am I trying to say? First thing, when I drew my model, I know that roses is 1/3 of the total. Another piece of information that is given to me is that the bouquet is made up of 1/4 of the roses. If I look at my model, what exactly does this mean? What does 1/4 of the roses mean? I know that roses is 1/3 of the total number of flowers. That means that by saying 1/4 of the roses, what I actually mean is 1/4 of the 1/3 of the flowers. I'm not looking at 1/4 of the total. I'm looking at 1/4 from the 1/3. I can indicate this as 1/4 of 1/3 of the total. I learned previously in primary 5 that when I see the word of, it means that I need to multiply. For example, if I say half of 6, it means I take half times 6. In this case, 1/4 of 1/3 of the total means that I'm taking 1/4 times 1/3. When I take 1/4 times 1/3, I get 1/12, which is the exact same answer I get if I were to use the model method.